1027 WNEW, New York.
Ron and Fez, 1027 WNEW.
Why don't we take a quick break, Fezzy, and when we come back, we'll talk to the returning Billy Staples. So
Back again,
I guess. I don't know. Maybe that, or it's just slug it out with us and then head up the road. Maybe this is where he hands us our ass and becomes a man. We'll be back in a second.
Have security on standby.
What security?
Pete.
The security.
Pete Johnson.
Pete and Hawk wearing matching belts. We'll be right back, Ron and Fez. Well, Fez, we are talking about Billy Staples being back, although a lot of people predicted that was it for Billy. We'd never see him again. He is back here. How you doing, Billy?
I'm doing okay. I would just like to say something, if I may.
Sure, you can always say something. You were saying something when you left.
No, I'd like to read something.
You have a statement?
Yes, I feel it's appropriate at this time.
How many times is he... all right, well, Billy is back. The last time we talked to him, Billy and Fez were kind of having a little argument.
Yes, it was all over our bet.
Illegal betting. Let me put it that way, Fez. Now, in hindsight, maybe we shouldn't be doing such illegal betting with each other.
And the last time we talked to Billy, it was actually Wonder Boy at Penn Station.
Yeah, right. Where you almost slugged Wonder Boy.
I was in a very bad mood that day. I was very angry.
So you
Obviously.
you have a statement to read.
That's correct, if I may begin.
Sure.
Please.
It is once again, I find myself speaking to you with a heavy heart. I have prepared a statement to explain my actions and to clear up a few items from the past couple of days. Upon completion of my statement, I will not be fielding any questions, nor will I expand upon what I have said. First off, it is with the deepest regret that I have yet again missed a couple of Ron and Fez shows. This was due to an apparent miscommunication, and I feel my absence has made the show suffer. My personal emotions due to my chemical imbalance got the best of me. I was not here to make my usual contributions to the Ron and Fez show. My good friends Ron and Fez are without a doubt two of the funniest men that I have ever met, but with me on board, I feel the show is even better. In my heart of hearts, I know my additions to the show are immeasurable. My absence will not be noticeable to you, the listener, but I am sure it was felt by the staff. It was only after some soul-searching and increased medication that I once again saw the errors of my way and am back where I belong and am appreciated. It is upon reflection that I realize that this whole disagreement was the result of a terrible ailment on my part. It appears that just like cancer, my disease of addiction has spread to other parts of my psyche. I am now having a problem with gambling, which everyone knows is as much a form of the addictive disease as alcohol or cocaine is. It has just manifested itself in a new form, and I must deal with it now to avoid other altercations. With newfound enlightenment of the most recent incarnation of my disease, I now know that I can succeed in this environment. I feel that I am now back and better than ever, and will bring the show to new heights and new levels of hilarity. My biggest successes, I know, are only ahead of me, and I invite all of you to share them with me. It is my hope that Ron, Fez, the staff, and all the listeners will support me in my recent struggle and inevitable triumph over this terrible disease. In conclusion, it is good to be back, and I know that I feel that you are all as pleased upon my return as you are. Thank you.
Would you expand on some of that or answer questions?
I think I've really covered just about everything.
You won't be fielding any questions?
I prefer really not to at this time.
Well, that was pretty heartfelt, Billy.
It really was, Ron. It was one of the hardest things I've ever had to write.
Oh, brother.
So one of the problems that you've found, and, I admire anybody who's able to work on their problems, Fish.
What work?
Is that, well, he went back and, increased his medication. That now maybe gambling is all part of this addicted personality?
Well, an addiction can show its way in many ways through sex, shopping, alcohol, drugs, gambling, with food. Obviously, that was one of my addictions.
Don't check them all off.
Unfortunately, the only one I haven't really done is the sex and the shopping.
Right. And that's because you've never had any money or been able to have sex with people.
That's
with
correct.
those opportunities. If you looked better and had cash, I bet you'd pick up the other addictions. Good luck with that, Billy.
No, I hope that will never come to that, Ronnie, because I'm having a hard enough time with the ones I have.
Well, you're a brave man. I'll give you that much.
What's he brave about?
You know, he's dealing with a lot of his addictions head on, Fezzy. You heard him.
I can't believe he has to join yet another program. You're up to about 144 steps. If you include all the programs you're in.
My cable doesn't get this many programs.
Jeez.
Well, if I deal with the main one, I feel the others will follow in tow.
So, yeah, you're just dealing with them all.
Yeah.
So you're wrestling with demons? Is that what it's like? Constant wrestling with demons?
Every day it seems that...
if you're wrestling with demons, you're a jobber.
Every day it's a struggle, it's a fight?
Every day it's a torment every day just to stay on course, to remember to take my medication, to be able to do the things I'm supposed to do and not, listen to that stupid, my little devil or my angel.
Right, you have a devil on one shoulder, an angel on the other. What do they say to you?
And in the past weeks, let's just say that the devil has been a lot stronger and has made me lose my sense of focus.
Right.
You had to stay on course. You derail more than chemical trains in Memphis.
Would you say you've been giving the devil his due lately?
Yeah, I mean...
Here's one thing I worry about, Billy. I've been listening to your prepared statement.
Mm-hmm.
You don't sound very strong there. Your voice sounds weak. I heard a little shakiness to it.
Well,
you think you're ready to come back?
You don't sound as determined as your statement.
Well, unfortunately, my emotions are still running rampant, inside of me, and I'm not as strong as I hope to be. But every day is a new day, And today coming back was it was very tough walking through the door.
I understand.
With all the construction going on, yes.
And just to see you guys again and to let you know how I felt. And
it's great to have you back. I just worry that you're healthy enough. Whether it be better to spend a couple more days in the gutter and then start fresh on Monday, or you feel like you want to get right back onto it.
I want to jump right back on the horse. I got new medication, so.
By horse, do you mean heroin?
No, definitely not.
This time I really feel like no matter what you're dealing with, Billy, you can beat it.
What?
Fezzy, you got to get behind the guy.
I could use the support.
You got our support.
You have Ron's support.
Me, Fez, Hawk. Hawk, do you think you can beat it this time?
Yeah, this time I think here's enough
brother.
people
what,
behind.
Fezzy, come on, seriously, stop even fooling around. You know you love Billy, and whatever happened the other day, that whole apology, nothing said to Fez.
Not one thing.
Well,
I don't mind because I got my 100.
I was speaking in general terms. I didn't want to make anyone feel more important or less important than anybody else.
That's true. Right. I wonder if Fez was one of your devils. Actually, it's something you could probably work out, with your therapist or your sponsor or whoever you're dealing with.
No.
Leave me out of your therapy.
By the way, I don't know whether you heard this. Upper East Side is a place to go to meetings, my friend.
No, I didn't.
The rich babes.
There's an AA meeting on Madison right next to one of the big clothing stores.
No, my AA meetings will not be for meeting women. They'll be for my recovery.
Last time, you were giving out the last names of people in the meetings, weren't you?
That's got to be against the rules.
I was sitting between O'Connor and Daniels. No, I know you weren't, Billy. You're very positive about that. We're going to take a couple calls, but you say you don't want to even deal with a lot of this talk head on.
Because I just don't feel that people actually understand the pain and the trouble that I'm going through.
Yeah. I think...
I don't.
If nothing else, Billy, I'd say you're a courageous man.
Ronnie, that really means a lot to me. Thank you.
I'd say you're a man with a drawer full of prepared statements.
Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Billy, I'm so infuriated with you, I don't even know where to begin.
Why would you be infuriated with a guy who's trying to start a fresh start?
He makes an analogy of his addictions with gambling and alcoholism, again with cancer. Billy, I've lost family members and friends. To make statements like that, you're out of your mind. Why don't you do everyone a favor? Go back, leave the show, quit the show, stop pulling this crap on people. You welched on a bet, you got called on it, you couldn't take it, you ran off, you got drunk. Whole list of excuses. Billy, You will never change. You will always be this kind of a person.
I don't think that's helping, but thank you for calling, Tom.
If my analogy to cancer was in any way harmful to you or to anybody who has cancer, it was not meant that way. I just meant to show the severity of what I'm going
This is
through.
our second prepared statement in a day.
No, here's the deal, Fezzi. I mean, you could have a disease, like the flu is a disease. It's not like you say it's worse than cancer, but it is still a disease, right?
Billy was trying to make a metaphor. I understand that much of how deadly this is to him.
He was making a metaphor about an analogy. Here's John. John, you're on the Fez.
Hey, guys, 27361.
Then you get this.
Hoo-ah!
Okay.
Hoo-ah!
That's your hoo-ah.
Hey, Billy, listen. You just got to straighten yourself out once and for all. I say that Ron and Fez put you on some sort of you have like a month to get this all straightened out.
We all have that.
No more bouncing back and forth. I mean, it's getting so tiring listening to you reading these ridiculous statements over the air.
This is it for you, though, right, Billy?
This is it.
You don't see any more prepared statements in your future?
I have a newfound...
Oh, my God.
It's almost like a born-again thing, right?
I do feel born again.
Thank
I have
you,
a newfound belief in myself.
What about this? You start a new name today.
No,
Why don't we call you Charles? And then it'll be just like we have a brand new friend.
Named
You're
Charles?
Charles in charge of his own addictions, Fezzi. You know what I'm saying, Billy?
If it would be good for the show, I'd be glad to be called Charles.
You know, whatever it takes.
That's what I'll do. I'll do whatever it takes.
Hey, Billy, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I can sympathize with the whole gambling thing.
That's great.
Thank you.
All right, I just want to just tell you one thing. Take the Cowboys with the points this weekend.
How does that game look to you, Billy?
I haven't even looked at a game this week.
Would you go over my bets with me? I know you can't gamble yourself.
I think that would be just like sniffing a beer bottle, Ron. I think that would be wrong for me to do.
All right.
Yes, don't sniff anything. Sniffing anything for you is probably wrong.
And the thing is, all I'm wondering is, what do you think about the Dolphins-Jets? Just cough if you...
No, I'm just a Jet fan, so no matter what the Jets do...
You can still watch the Jets games even though you have a gambling addiction?
I will watch a game. I will not bet on it. I will not play lotto.
Yeah.
I will not do any instant winners anymore. Nothing along those lines.
It just suddenly became an addiction overnight.
Well,
is this another prepared statement?
No. I am just afraid, knowing my addictive
personality. This is an unprepared statement.
Just knowing my addictive personality, how quickly things can get out of control.
Scratch office makes him itch.
You know what you need sometimes is like a meditation that maybe I could help you with, okay?
I'd appreciate that.
All right, if we could just turn the lights down just a little bit here, and I'll just ask you to close your eyes. Breathe in, out. Take yourself to a warm, comfortable, safe place, a happy place. Doesn't that feel better? You're a winner. You're a winner.
The only problem with that is I never win.
Yeah, that's true. At anything. Isn't that odd?
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it is. It's just like...
you don't mean in gambling?
No. I'm talking about in the game of life.
Here's Sean. Sean, you're on Rana Fez.
You'll never pass go in that game. Hi, Sean.
Hey, guys, how you doing? I was just wondering if Billy would be willing to pose for a sculpture I'm doing called Falling Loser.
All right, that's not helping him.
Loser. Pig.
You're not helping.
This is why I did not want to field any questions.
Right, I understand.
Well, you don't have to answer them.
Yeah.
But I have to hear them.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Just think of your happy place.
That's starting to get to me.
Me too. I'm ready to get out of here. Get to AC for the weekend.
877-692-1027.
Here's Jim. Jim, you're on Rana Fez.
Hello, Jim.
I just wanted to give Billy my support. Every once in a while, he does tell a funny joke.
That's true, Billy.
Thank you. That means a lot.
He just tries too hard.
Yeah, maybe you've got to...
Tries too hard.
Here's my advice to you, Billy. It's the same advice I gave the 38 special. You got to hold on loosely. You know what I'm saying?
You're the one who told 38 special that?
Yeah, this is years ago.
I do get wound a little tight sometimes.
Yeah.
Involved in what I'm doing, and
right.
I'd like to thank that caller for that. That was very nice.
So people are out there...
What do you get wound up in?
I just get wound very tight emotionally, and when I get involved in something, I become like tunnel vision, shall we say, and that's the only thing I see, and I become unaware of other.
But when you even talk that way, my mind goes back to a girl I met who told me, "Hold on loosely, but don't let go."
Well, you're going to be surprised at the new
Charles. What about this being your theme song too? When you come in, we'll just start playing this.
That's fine with me.
Would you rather have that instead of the do-de-do-de-do?
Well, that wasn't. That wasn't Charles.
Right.
I'm asking for a fresh start.
You got a fresh start with me, my man.
Yes, with Charles, the wild-eyed Southern boy.
I'm so proud of you for remembering the name of that album. Seriously, I'm touched. Here's Ephraim. Ephraim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ephraim.
How you doing, buddy?
0089.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. I want to say to Billy, you're talking about gambling is a disease. It's not a disease. It's not like diabetes. You choose to gamble. Billy's just weak, and she just needs to get a grip, man.
Yeah. Why is it that you are addicted to each thing that you can be addicted to? You ran through some crack problems.
Some crack, some coke, some alcohol.
Any pill problems?
Never really got into the pills, never got into the heroin.
Right. Well, you're missing it, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, we have that to look forward to anyway.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I do have a weak spirit, a weak personality.
Why do you think, though?
And a week off. You constantly have a week off.
I got a week back.
When'd you get that?
About a week back. It's an old Stooges joke. Billy...
We're old Stooges.
Iggy Pop was with the Stooges, and he also addicted personality like Billy. So when you start to deal with this, Billy, where do you start? How do you get the fresh start? Full blood transfusion?
No, you just start each day. Just give yourself a moment of reflection. Just say that today is going to be a good day. I'm not going to succumb to any of my vices, to any of my addictions.
I'd stay in bed.
No, I can't.
would stay in bed.
I have work to do. And then at the end of the day, in the morning, you ask, and at the end of the night, you say thank you.
And then you dream. That one big payoff.
Let's go find all 3 cherries.
What if we do this, Billy, with you, just to make sure it works? We drive you down to Atlantic City, and I take you to a blackjack table. I put a hooker there, some Coke, and a bottle of Jack. And you just stay as long as you can until you finally crack. And then the rest of us will actually bet on that. I've got 60 seconds and under.
Nice.
No, I don't know if that would be very wise. We don't even have to go to Atlantic City to do that.
It's true. We'll bring a hooker in here.
Like I said, I don't have the
Hold like an omelet.
And we'll just throw some quick picks in front of you.
We're going to take a break. But I know I speak for Fez also when I say it's great to have you back.
I don't say that.
Totally believe you're going to make it this time.
I don't say that either.
Well, I'm here for the show in every way, shape, or form.
We know that, buddy.
Yeah, we know the shape.
All right, we'll take a break. Fezzy will come right back. It's great to have the whole gang back together. I was worried there for a couple days.
Yeah, it's just fabulous.
It's the Ron and Fez show. Very, very happy and excited today to have our buddy Billy back, Fezzy, out of the darkness and back into the light. Welcome back, Billy.
Thank you very much, Ron.
You had a statement that you read earlier, and that's it for you. You don't even wish to discuss it anymore. Just get back to work.
That's all I want to do.
And you felt that cleansed your soul, your prepared statement.
I believe that it really encompassed everything I was feeling and covered all the bases.
Well, you're getting better and better at writing the apologies. I'll give you that much. They're really, really getting heartfelt. Here's John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
How you doing, guys?
Hey, buddy.
John.
6632.
All right, then you get this.
Hoo-ah.
All right, say this for you.
Billy, listen to me. You know what you remind me of? Big, dumb St. Bernard. Okay, you're like crap on the rug, you get your nose rubbed in it, and then you run out the door and take off for a couple days.
Oh, I thought he reminded you of that because of the whiskey keg around his neck.
All right, Fez, I know that you're joking here, but you have to remember, you're dealing with a man with a disease.
But a dog learns.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, but a dog does learn.
But Billy, what happens is you come back.
Billy doesn't.
Come back a few days later.
Yeah.
And then the owners bring you back in. Now there's a new rug, and they think your house broken, and it's just a matter of time before you crap on the rug again.
Well, now in the green room we have rubber floors, thanks to Pete.
Well, I just think that if I'm getting support at the office, a little support from the callers and the listeners, and everything will be just fine.
Well, Billy, let me tell you something. Just like a dog. One too many times, and it's the pound for you.
You need more support than a suspension bridge.
Here's Steve. Steve, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, guys.
Steve. Yeah.
That was the most self-serving apology I ever heard in my life. I mean, it was all about Billy. You know,
I definitely want to replay it later in the show, Roy.
You know, if you're so sorry, how come you never took back any of those things you said to Fez?
Yeah, that was the one thing. You did not apologize to Fez.
You know, well, one thing, though, when he called Fez the lowest of the low, coming from him, Fez, actually he means that as a compliment. That means that he looks up to you.
All right, hold on, though. But when you really think about that, wasn't that even the disease talking to Billy?
That was not Billy talking. No, that was...
Who was it then?
The anger through my emotions, and a lot of things were said that were not meant, and as far as I'm concerned, it's water under the bridge.
For you...
well, I think I can speak for Fez and say it's water under the bridge with those two.
Oh, don't speak for me.
I agree with you there, Ron.
I mean, a lot of those things that were said, Fezzy was like, it's like The Exorcist. Do you blame that on the little girl or the devil? Well, the devil had Billy.
Billy is the devil.
No. He's sometimes taken over by the devil. Here's Liz. Liz, you're on Run of Fez.
Hi. I think Billy should have called in yesterday for the Most Pathetic concert. He could have won some Rolling Stones tickets.
Yeah. That would have been good for you, Billy. I would have voted for you.
I have a suggestion. Why doesn't he go for some in-house therapy instead of trying to cover up his addictions with medication? Why doesn't he go find what is causing them?
You have a therapist, right?
I was actually had a session with her last evening.
You need to go for some inpatient for like a month and really get to the root of the problem.
More sleepaway rehab.
Oh, you have a woman therapist?
Yes, I do.
Here's the thing. Stop pulling your crank out when talking to her. Keep the zipper up.
He goes to a Dr. Melfi.
He thinks that his therapist, it's a peep show, and he just stands outside the window.
No, I actually take my therapy very seriously.
I know you do, and I was just making
You take
jokes.
it in a buddy booth.
This is a comedy show. Here's Matt. Matt, you're on Run of Fez.
Hello, Matt.
Hey, 23435 here.
All right, buddy.
Ooh, thank you. You know, speaking of that pathetic contest you guys had yesterday, there was a woman who called in. I think her name was Angela. She's perfect for Billy. We gotta hook him up.
Oh, I dug her yesterday, too. She was the 40-year-old woman still living at home.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you ought to talk to her, Billy.
Was that the one with the turtle?
Yeah, her turtle died.
Oh, that was Alyssa, I think.
Yeah, Alyssa.
Well, I personally feel like I should actually stay away from women, too, before the sex addiction, like you said.
Well, you won't have much trouble with that. That'll be easy for you to stay away from women.
Yeah, you'll get a lot of support in that.
If only the booze could run from you like the women does, you'd be fine.
If only bottles had legs.
A bottle could grow a set of legs and take off. John, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, boys.
Yeah.
Hi, John.
156 here.
You get this, my friend.
Thank you. Listen, is there anything that Billy does that he doesn't blame on his addiction? This is really pissing me off. I've been an alcoholic for 20 years, and I've been clean. I can't take these guys. Every time they fall, they blame their addiction. Is this a bit?
Well, unfortunately, you were able to get your addiction under control, and I have not been able to.
Everybody's addiction is a little different, right?
Yeah. Some people get it right away, and I unfortunately have not been able to get it.
What do I have to say? This is not a bit. You know that. You know it's not a bit.
Well, at least you don't play with fecal matter anymore.
Right, those days are over. That was from one of your best apologies when you actually said this.
I know now that joking with fecal matter is never justified.
Which prepared statement was that one? They're all running together now for me.
Why do you get mad at him, Pheasant? You know it's an addiction.
It's not an addiction, it's a dick.
Would you go into, like a cancer ward and start screaming at those people to get up?
No, those people are sick.
So's Billy. He's sick, but just in ways that you personally can't see.
Billy has a little bit more control over his illness than cancer patients do.
It's a whole new Billy. John, you're on Run of Fez.
Hi, John.
Hey, good morning, buddies.
Hi, buddy.
First of all, whoever's answering the phones is the nicest guy in the world.
I think that's Wonder Boy, the art expert.
He's wonderful. As far as Billy's concerned, I'm really glad Billy's back. I mean,
me too.
He's a funny guy, even though he doesn't mean to a lot of the times. And he came up with one of the funniest bits I've ever heard on this show.
What was that?
when he attacked Al Dukes on the drive-by thing in the Central Park when he was on that date with Stalker Patty.
Oh, yeah.
That was the funniest thing, and partly it was funny because, well, actually mostly because he screwed up.
Yeah, we were so mad on that night because instead of waiting to throw water balloons, he had to run after him.
Exactly, he got lost.
He had to chase a horse and carriage.
He got lost and he was running, and you can only get that kind of comedy from, a burnt-out junkie. No offense, Billy, but, that's funny stuff, and I'm really glad you're back, and, everyone has their demons, and kudos to you, Billy.
Thank you, and once again, I do whatever I can to make something work on the air.
Now,
that one failed!
Your demons are actually filling up Giant Stadium at this point. That's the strange thing. Everybody has a cross to bear, but you're literally bearing Holy Cross at this point.
Yeah, they keep they keep showing up. I'll tell you, they never disappear, and that's what's frightening. Because
this is what Billy hears in his head. You had a little pornography problem for a while too, didn't you?
Oh yes, of course.
Just wherever you were going, it was just skin magazines.
Yeah, especially once the internet came about,
Smokers.
it was just like never had to go out, strip clubs, peep shows.
Right.
Forget it. Tons of money.
You were even into low-grade porn.
Oh, I was into most anything.
You able to defeat that, too?
Let's just say it's not...
Is that also part of your disease?
Without a doubt. I am still tempted to the flesh, shall we say.
Tempted by the fruit of another?
Yes. I get a high out of, strip clubs and peep shows and hookers, and that gives me a rush just as alcohol or drugs would.
Wow. Isn't that weird, Fezzy?
Yes, it's so weird. He has no control over anything.
And yet at the same time, we can't get him to do a sit-up. Some of the people are addicted to working out.
Yeah, they say exercise can become an addiction.
Which I can't believe for a second.
That's too much work.
Why don't you get some of those addictions, like exercise, like those people that just constantly clean up?
Yeah, why don't you start trying to purge yourself constantly?
I'm going to become addicted to my work. That's going to be my new addiction.
How about bulimia? Any of these things? There's plenty of good addictions out there.
Here's Chris. Chris, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Hey, Chris.
Hey, buddies. I just wanted to say that speech came straight out of a 12 Misstep program.
That's kind of funny.
Well,
we should put a statue of him in Rock Center, call it Stumbling Man.
All right. Now you're just being mean to a guy who has the courage. Now, a lot of people are writing in the same joke over and over, Billy. I'm just going to tell you, it seems like Billy is addicted to failure.
No, you know what?
I know that's going to hurt.
Everyone's entitled to their
And that's
opinion.
the old Billy, right?
You know what?
Oh, that isn't Chuck? I'm sorry, Charles?
I'm not going to start calling him Chuck. You don't know him. You don't know the new Charles so well.
People don't know me well enough. They only know they hear of my failures. I have many successes or have had successes in my life.
We know that.
Love to hear about any one of them.
James, you're on a Fez.
Hey, guys. Big ass 10-11.
Yeah.
Billy, hey, Billy, I just want to know, I'm addicted to cigarettes. Does that mean it's okay to beat up my wife?
Why would you beat up your wife over
Billy,
a cigarette?
you have
It's not me. It's the addiction of the cigarette.
It's his disease.
All right, let me talk to you about tobacco. You ever have a tobacco problem? You smoke too much?
No, I'm a smoker.
Yeah, how much you smoke a day, you think?
I'm up to about a pack a day.
Anything healthy going on in your life at all?
I eat less.
That's because you've been stapled.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's still...
And you can't suddenly feel, proud of that one.
Well, I do. I had the courage to go through with the operation because I knew my eating was out of control.
Let me just ask this. Amongst the booze, the pills, the tobacco, does a carrot ever get in that mouth? A piece of lettuce.
Have you ever tasted a vegetable?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact,
And we don't mean a retarded girl.
No, there are vegetables in sushi, I believe. And I've had some sushi lately, so...
Tell Fez what kind.
I've found a newfound deep-fried sushi.
So...
Just like the deep-fried Twinkie. I'll have that for dessert.
If anything is deep-fried, you can't suddenly be acting like it's healthy.
Well, there is still, I believe, avocado in with it, with the
Right, underneath all of
they fried
the
all
deep-fried stuff.
They fried all the vitamins out of it.
And there's caviar on top.
Right, but if you put an aspirin in the middle of a Glumpki, it doesn't suddenly make it health food.
But I do have other types of sushi. I had a California and a Boston roll with it.
Here's Ron. Ron, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, how you doing, fellas?
Hey, buddy.
Billy, listen, if you're really serious, you need to be making meetings. And if you got several addictions, you need to make a meeting for every one.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's important. 'Cause you know the program. I've been through it.
Backwards and forwards, he knows it.
Yeah.
Yes,
And,
I need to start all over with my 90 and 90.
You need to be making for every...
I don't know what 90 and 90 means.
Well,
90 meetings, 90 days.
Oh.
So, I mean, that's what all the newcomers you're supposed to do, so you're supposed to be in there every day.
Yeah.
But in Billy's case, you're saying he should go to a gambling meeting, a drug meeting, and an alcohol.
Yep. One meeting ain't going to cover everything.
Yeah.
He's got different addictions. There's different meetings.
But one usually tends to lead to the other. It's when I drink, then I'll start with the sex, and then I'll start making stupid gambling bets, and then then I'll start with the drugs. The alcohol is always like the primary.
So that's your drug of choice, in other words.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then just as long as you really haven't stressed the meeting factor yet, so.
Yeah, get into the meetings.
Remind you.
Well, now that I have my evenings free, I plan on it.
Yeah, well, good.
Why don't you actually do this? Take a pup tent there and actually sleep over.
Make your bedroll.
Sleep at the Y.
No, you're gonna see a big change in me.
I believe it this time.
I'd like to see a big change in the shirt.
Bone Man is fine because it's big with all the kids in Jersey.
Charles the Bone Man.
Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Mike.
How you doing, guys? Big Ed card number 65281.
Hooah! Enjoy that hooah, then.
Hey, let's all sit it careful. Billy Staples. Come on, man. You gotta be kidding me. Every time this guy scores up, he comes up with an excuse. Oh, it was this. Oh, it was that. Every time he does something wrong, he's got a new addiction. You know, some of us work for a living here.
All right, good point. Thanks, Mike. Your phone's kind of bad, so I'll let you go. Billy, what about it this time? Is this the last time you're going to take off from work like this and just disappear?
Yes, I'm not asking for anyone's sympathy. I'm just putting my cards on the table, letting it be known that this happened for whatever reason. I'm taking care of myself. You will be amazed.
You're constantly running off into the wild.
But that's over. That happened, Fez. He's now a new guy.
Charles.
And he needs your support.
He doesn't need my support.
And
I don't want to have anything to do with this latest project.
I may not need a Fez, but I would appreciate it.
And here's another thing. And, not for nothing, in a way, Fez, you're the one who kind of pushed him over the edge by gambling with him.
I didn't know he had this one, too. They pop up every day.
Well, you should know now.
It's like walking in a minefield, dealing with him. You don't know which addiction's going to go off next.
I mean, you would not start drinking with an alcoholic, right? Why start gambling with a gambling addict? He's betting over his head. And literally a $5 bet is over your head right now, isn't it?
Pretty much,
Yeah. 877-692-1027.
Here's Jimmy. Jimmy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Hello, Billy. Listen, I just kind of thought your apology was actually funnier than your redneck material. And I'm kind of have to agree with Fez. You're kind of equivalent to a sloth, one who rocks.
You know what? I'm not going to let people attack the new guy. I mean, it's his first day at work.
And I never called you a sloth.
And it's his first day at work.
First day?
He's trying to fit in. He's trying to meet people.
All I'm asking
He's been on the payroll for, what, a year and a half?
No, not the new Billy. Charles, as he's sometimes known.
All I'm asking for is a fresh start from everyone.
What if we call him Billy Charles Staples?
William Charles Staples.
Yeah.
He's been with us a year and a half. And
not the new guy.
And basically, with all the times he's run off, we've only gotten the half. We've only gotten 6 months of actual work.
Billy, I'd like you to meet Hawk. There's Hawk.
Oh, they know each other.
He helps out with the commercials. This is Rory. He's from the Hamptons.
You know Rory. Everyone knows Billy. This isn't fooling anyone.
Now, do you call yourself a gambling holic?
I've only been to one GA meeting before, and it was very difficult, because I was not used to saying it.
I bet.
Because it's hard to admit an addiction that you never really thought you had until it's upon you. I mean, my first AA meeting was very hard for me to say I'm an alcoholic. It was almost
like Fonzie when he tried to say he was wrong.
Sure. Yeah, because I remember sitting there listening to everyone else and going, how the hell can they say that?
I call you Kenny Rogers.
When did you really start to know that you had the problem? Was that when you were betting on slam ball?
No, it was when I was betting with about 4 or 5 different bookies and trying to, like, play off one and play to the other. You know, like, bet one way and then lose with him, then bet when I reach my limit, I'd bet with another one.
You know that me and Faz aren't bookies. We're just guys at your work.
Right.
Oh, I realize that.
Charles is confused.
Well, I'm excited to have a new member of the team, Fezzy. I have all the belief in him.
It's the same old person. It's Billy.
No. Would you say that if somebody was touched by God? What if you literally knew that someone was touched by God? Would they then be a new person?
You mean a born-again person?
No, I mean you, for a fact, know that God touched somebody. Would you be able to accept them as a new person?
Yes.
That's how I feel about Billy.
Billy hasn't been touched by God.
In the spiritual sense, I have been.
If you have, God's washing his hands right now.
Now, Fez, you know how we were calling Billy Charles now?
Yes.
Some people, according to, and also Railgunners, now call him No Luck Chuck. And you have had some bad luck.
Amazing how quick.
I mean, it wasn't for bad luck, you'd have no luck.
Yes, but most of the bad luck I brought on myself, Ron, and I take full responsibility for it.
Now, Fezzy, it's an exciting day for us. We got our Billy back to us.
Hooray.
The prodigal son has returned, and it's a good feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, great.
It's almost like a miracle has happened right in front of us.
He's come back yet again.
Here's Stacy. Stacy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Stacy.
Hi, Big S 24372.
All right, baby.
There you go.
I'm just calling to say I love you guys, but Fezzy, I think you're being a little too hard on Billy.
What?
Just a little bit. He has an addiction. I know it's the umpteenth apology, the umpteenth time he walked out, but you got to help him a little bit.
He'll always be back.
He'll always be back, but he needs strength and support from his family, from his coworkers, and it looks like you guys are all he's got.
Yeah, that's the sad thing, Fez.
You know?
That's the saddest thing of all.
That just actually scared me, Stacy.
All right, now, Fez, you read the Bible before, right?
Yes.
How many times did Jesus said that he would accept somebody's apology or something or forgive them?
7 times 77.
Right.
I think we only have 2 to go with Billy.
All right, so, I don't know math as well as you, but I know I've heard a lot of apologies. Here's Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, David.
Hey, 22555, checking in.
All right, buddy.
Listen, I know about Billy, and I've been listening to the show for a while, and I think Bill's just using this thing as an excuse. Now, he owes Fezzy an apology, and you want to know what else? I heard his tape, that they did on O&A, and I got sympathy for him, and I feel bad for him, but you can't keep rolling back under that excuse, I got an addiction, man. Fezzy, he owes Fezzy an apology, man.
Yeah, he really does owe you an apology, Fez. And I didn't feel like he came out with that.
No, I didn't seem to get that. I certainly didn't hear one.
Yeah.
But I do have his $100.
Yeah.
So.
But I'll tell you, boy, was that some big fun when you two, a couple of roosters, scratching in the dirt, staring each other down. Ugh. I know even Hawk had tears in his eyes.
Ron and Fez, 102.7 WNEW.